You know, I thought it over, and I gotta hand it to you guys. This trip is actually a really great idea.
This is surprising. You're usually a lot more petulant when we don't go along with your schemes.
Stratagems, and I've grown up a lot, Terry.
You do know there's no phone reception at the lake house.
No! How am I gonna catch Pokemon? It doesn't matter. It's community event weekend, so.
Welcome back to Late Night. We're here with Andy Samberg. Hello, old friend.
Hi, Seth.
You're fighting a cold, and that's pretty much how I knew you for the first 7 years of our friendship, was fighting a cold. I felt like since you moved to California, you got less sick all the time, but is this just the norm?
We went on a family trip and then saw my family, and they got everyone sick.
Gotcha.
So, like, I had moved past it as a member of my family, but then I guess my family just gets everyone sick.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's it's nice to know that you point fingers at your family as well as my dog.
My sister's kids
Gotcha.
boned this segment. They boned this segment.
Hey, I want you to know, I mean, this is still on the desk since you did it. Well, you did a famous mummy character, and we have you on the desk, and it's really nice because we also have the character I'm asked about the most, Stefan,
Right.
and the one that
Yeah.
I've never been asked about once.
Right. And so you want to get something sort of in the middle next, probably.
Yeah, like someone right in the middle as far as good popular characters. You wrote me this summer, basically, to thank me for the holiday card that we sent you, which is a weird time to get that feedback because, of course, it was a full 6 months after you received it.
Yeah, what happened was we put all of our mail in a bag because of COVIDs. And then, to let it burn off, because we knew a lot about the virus at that time. And then we forgot about the mail. So, yeah, about a month ago, I read about 75 holiday cards and started reaching out to people. But I really liked your holiday card this year. You went out of your way to say Frisbee didn't make the cut this year.
Yeah, Frisbee was not on the holiday card.
Because, same time, count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Frisbee's
Piece of rat dog. Piece of What did you say? Because there was another kid to put on there?
I do want to point out, I think we've talked about it at the show, 2 years ago when Frisbee was on the holiday card, you sent it back to us.
Right.
Which is the only time in my life we've received a holiday card back. You didn't even want it in your home.
It was stinking up the joint. Hey, speaking of which, do I need to send you back the Fauci lab coat? Because I don't want an assignment for this.
You can keep it, because I feel like you're probably going to be asked to do it at, like, events, like corporate events.
It's for sure going on my best of.
Your best of late night?
Yeah, when did SNL stop doing best ofs?
Yeah, I guess maybe when the DVD industry dried up.
Right. Anyway, gonna take my temperature real quick. Yeah.
I think that's for buttholes.
99.3, doing okay. A little hot. Might have been the lab coat.
That's
Not
a nice.
sending it back.
I've never had as good of a segue, but you're running a 9.9 temperature.
That was planned.
That was planned. Buddy, congrats. This is 8 seasons. Very incredible, especially because this show famously canceled and then brought back. At what point did it go from being a show that you were on that was a very funny and a very good show to something that I believe became really special to people? Was that during the time where people thought it might be gone forever?
I feel like that was when it sort of had a moment of everyone talking about it, at least. Like, when it first came out, it was well received and it was great. But then when it got canceled, it was sort of part of like a press train about something else, which is like, hey, fans can save shows. Isn't that interesting? And then we were the example that was getting used so much. So it was kind of like culturally kind of a little moment. I've always said it was a really slow news day, but I'll take it. I remember we were flying to New York for the upfronts, and everyone at the airport was like, hey, congrats on the show getting picked up. And I was like, since when do people follow like the inner workings of, shows? But anyway, I think we were lucky that it didn't get fully canceled, and we have mostly you to thank, Seth, obviously.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you for giving me the credit I'm due. How did you hold up? How did you hold up? Oh, you don't have any water.
It's gone now, and it's a shame because I sound like.
How did you hold up both physically and emotionally during the last season?
It was hard. I mean, it was hard shooting, because the COVID protocols were so strict, and there's no writer on set. There's not people throwing around a lot of ideas. It's a lot of like masks on and then action, take them off, and then you do it and you put them back on. So that was hard, but just as it got towards the end, it got really emotionally rough because we all realized it was truly ending, and we all love each other and have been spending all that time together for 8 years. And there was a lot of crying at like the wrong times. Like there's scenes where you could argue like you should cry, and then there's other stuff where it's like I just fell out, and I'd be like, I just realized it's the last time Terry's gonna say he loves yogurt.
How did it compare to leaving SNL, where you had a similar amount of years on?
Yeah. It's interesting. Leaving SNL, it's interesting. This is terrible television. I tried to text you and Shoemaker, and you were like, he's fine. If I had bailed, right?
Yeah.
I never would have heard the end of it.
Right. You had to tough it out. And I feel like people at home are watching right now, and they're appreciating this effort.
I feel like they're probably changing the channel. You're like, this is unlistenable. This dude is sick, and I don't want to experience that with him.
I mean, I think everybody's probably super mad at your, what are they, nieces, nephews?
Yeah, one niece, one nephew.
Yeah, okay, all right, one of each.
Yeah, if they got my kid sick, then she got me sick. So I'm kind of mad at her, too, my kid.
No, this is good TV.
What else is going on in the news? So tired.
Should we let...
Temp check?
We'll get one last temp check and then let you go. Let's see how hot this segment is if we run it up.
Oh, yeah, it's back up to 100.
The 8th and final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine premieres tomorrow night at 8.